Oh, and that works. Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be drawing this little creature. I did a little sketch of it in pen, and now we're going to draw it. Yeah, it's a little pumpkin-ish mimic, and we're going to see what we can do. This doesn't have an eraser, that's fine. Alright, start with circle, because, well, gotta make it a pumpkin. Well, I guess this isn't going to be an oval. Gotta make the pumpkin first. There we go. Boom. It's beautiful. Just beautiful. Alright, so how big are we gonna make this? Probably about this big. Yep, we're just gonna guess on all this stuff. Measuring is not for me. Alright. Go like that. Go like that. There we go. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Now, we're going to try to make this a bit of a wider pumpkin than I normally do. Because, I don't know, just to make it a little bit different from how I typically draw Banana Man's. Because this has Banana Man's face on it, but this is a mimic. This is not Banana Man. This is a pumpkin that just happened to be carved like Banana Man and get a mimic inside of it. There's a whole story and reason on why it's carved like Banana Man, but I don't know exactly how to explain it. Basically, Banana Man helped save a town, and now when that town celebrates a giant pumpkin harvest like type of thing, they carve pumpkins, and a lot of the kids carve them like Banana Man, because Banana Man saved a lot of them. Now that is not perfect. That is not even. I'm going to fix it. I was going to say I'm not going to fix it, but yes I am. Nah, we gotta fix it. We gotta fix it. But this mimic just happened to move into one of those carved pumpkins, and yeah. He is one of Banana Man's pets. Actually, too. There's two different versions of this little mimic. Both of them are the same, just different stories. One of them is it's Banana Man's pet. And the other one is, it just happens to be a random mimic that went into the pumpkin that exists. Alright. So, I'm having trouble getting the shape down on this. That was really easy to do, but that was just like a quick pen sketch. I wasn't trying to get it to be perfect or anything. So I wasn't even worried about the shape or anything like that. I was just getting the base idea down. Alright. So, trying to do this one a little bit like that, but it's not exactly working. Maybe it's because I'm making it a little wider than it should be? I don't know. We're going to stick with this, just kind of see what happens. I don't know, maybe I'll end up not liking the shape of it. But at the moment, we're just going to stick with the current shape. Because I don't think it's that bad. Obviously, we could end up messing up this side, and we might want to redo this part, but as long as we don't mess it up, like, astronomically, I don't really see myself redoing it. Alright. Yeah, that's not bad, that's fine. It's still not even. What did I do? I made this side square, this side's not square. As you can see, the bottoms of them. The tops are pretty much same enough, but the bottoms are very different. So actually, I take back what I said. We're going to redo these. Because I'd like them to be, you know, similar. Alright. No, that's too thick. Maybe I need to make this, like, way thinner. Maybe that's what it is. Alright, go like that. Yep, sure, that's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. It is fine. This is still more just meant to be a... This whole thing's still just meant to be a... it's basically still a sketch of that thing, just a more detailed sketch. But... yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that I like his design. And then I'm gonna try to color it on my tablet, because I haven't done coloring in quite some time, so I figured, hey, I could do coloring with one of these things. That is very uneven, do you see that? Or it's like crooked. When the hell did I do that? This whole pumpkin is. Huh? How did I do that, and how did I not notice that until right now? I don't know. My talent eludes me. Yes, it's my talent that made me do that. Alright, for the stem, that's what it's called. I forgot what a stem was. For the stem, we're just gonna do a basic stem, nothing fancy. For the eyes, same thing, just basic Banana Man eyes. Maybe we'll make it a little bit bigger. We're not going to go too crazy on the cut or the scar, because remember, this was carved by a child. It's not going to be exactly accurate. Now, there will be little bits of, like, flesh coming out of the eyes. Like, just, like, drooping over the eyes a little bit, maybe even some teeth. But we're going to wait to add that. We're going to add the legs first. Now, the legs, I kind of based them off a spider and like a crab, kind of. I don't really know. I don't know. I need to put this over here, though, so I need to prop it up somewhere so I can see it better. I don't know. We'll put it there. And you can see my sword through there. There's a really cool sword on the other side of that page. It took me like an hour to draw that sword. But that's also partially because I was actually measuring that sword. Like, I used a ruler to make sure all the lines were straight. It was very tedious. Probably not going to do that again. You know what? The grass is not going to be part of his body. Also, I did just realize this pumpkin's supposed to be flatter than this. This pumpkin's supposed to be about that flatness, so we're going to bring it down. That does bring the eyes to not where I wanted them, but that's fine. Go ahead and grab an eraser right here. We're going to erase those bits too, because it'll just be easier if I just redraw them like this. Alright. Go like that. There. And like that. Probably would look better if I redid the whole thing. We're going to keep it though, because I don't think it's terrible or anything, so we'll keep it. We're going to draw its legs now. We'll start with the front legs. They're going to go up to here, which these legs are more of pincers that grab things, because they don't even touch the ground. They don't even have as many, like, little bits as the other ones do. Movable bits, that's what I was trying to think of. And they're smaller. Well, the arm bits are smaller. The little claw bits are actually bigger. Probably. I don't know. I guess it's just gonna really depend on if I end up drawing them right or not. At the moment, I'm thinking of them as bigger, but it's possible I could accidentally draw them smaller. Those are kind of different angles. We're gonna say that's fine. And we're gonna move on to other bits and bubbles. Bits and bubbles. Sounds like a Minecraft mod pack. Go like that, and that. And then right here, that, and that. Which he would actually have another set of them. So he would have 8 limbs. I don't know if he would count as an insect, considering he only has 6 legs, because these are not legs, these front ones. I don't know how that works. I don't know if it's 6 limbs and it's an insect, or if it's 6 legs and it's an insect. I don't know. Do spiders have little pincer things, but does those also count as their legs? I don't know. I can't remember what a frickin' spider looks like now. Yes, forget what a spider looks like as you're drawing a spider creature. That's gonna help you. I like spiders. I remember one time when I was drawing, a little spider crawled up onto my page. I tried to put it up on the page. Yeah, it didn't crawl up on the page. I tried to put it up on the page. And then I ended up accidentally smushing it in the process. So, poor spider did not live. Alright, yeah, sure, that's fine enough. Go ahead and go like that. Go like that. Just to get little bits for the sketch. Alright, not for the sketch. Well, I mean, it is the sketch, but it's not for the sketch. Alright, that's a little bit of a mess, so that's going to be harder to deal with, but that's fine. We're going to erase this and turn this into something magical and wonderful and whimsical. God, completely forgot about my whimsical little lads. Need to make some more of them. I did make an actual story for them. They're no longer just random animals that have witch hats. I'm not gonna explain that now, though. I'm gonna save that for some other time. Because, yeah. So we need to get these looking correct. We're gonna ditch the pencil. I'm actually gonna grab that so I don't fucking step on it. That's not the right one. This one, the one with no freaking eraser that I forgot I was going to replace. Hold on. Can I grab this? Can I? I'm not sure if I can actually grab this. If I can't, I'm just gonna leave it and I'll do this after. But if I can, yeah, we'll leave that for after the video then. Okay, so what do we want? Do we want teeth or do we want flesh coming? I'm thinking of coming out of the eyes. As you can see right here, there's little bits. I think it's gonna be just flesh. And then he can have little tendrils that can come out of there to help him attack as he scurries along. And these things will let him grab it and drag it under to basically be able to eat the whole thing. But he can also bring in little bits of food through his eyes. Alright. I don't actually know if mimics have eyes. I didn't decide that or even think about that until right now. So I don't actually know how his vision would even work. Does he need eye holes? Does he need to see out of these eye holes? Think of a chest mimic. They can sense when people are nearby. That would make sense. So they'd know when to strike, but can they see them? I don't know. Maybe they just like sense around them and they can't actually see. I don't know. That's something we also don't need to really decide on right now. We'll decide that some other time. Because I do very much like mimics. Mimics are my favorite monster. But I'm gonna go like that. And go like this. I need to draw mimics that are also possessing creatures, because that can also happen in my little fantasy thingy. Mimics can possess creatures, but they typically don't, because, well, it just doesn't happen for a creature to have gotten possessed by a mimic. I say possessed, but I mean completely taken over by a mimic. They would need to be around that mimic for a very, very long time. Long enough for the mimic to eat it from the inside out. which is typically why it only happens to dragons. Because, well, think, what sits on big piles of treasure for long periods of time? Dragons. Also, they kind of can't really do it very well to living creatures. Because, you know, it's not like a dragon's just going to sit there and let you eat it. But if there's enough mimics, they can kind of just hold the dragon down and eat it. Which is what happened. There is a dragon mimic that does come into play in the story. And it's very powerful. And the main party doesn't even beat it. Someone completely else has to beat it. Someone completely else. That feels wrong when I say it. Someone else ends up beating it for them. I want to point these little spikes inwards, actually. But yeah, someone else ends up beating it for them because they couldn't even beat it. They were like about to have to retreat, and then some other dude just kind of comes in and battles it and wins. But that dude is kind of ridiculously overpowered for no reason. The one that just comes in. But yeah, that's how it is. That's how it goes. And that guy does not help in the main overarching part of the story, though. He's kind of just a looming, I would say, threat, but he's not a bad guy. He's just a knight that wanders around from place to place. He had a kingdom, but it got destroyed. So now he just wanders place to place and tries to help people out. Alright. Which he actually might have been the king of that kingdom that was destroyed. I don't know. Because both him being the king and the knight fits. I just don't know which one I want him to be. Alright. That lead was like falling out as I'm drawing with it. Is there no... Oh shit, is there no lead in here? Okay. Oh shit. Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't break that lead then. Alright. Go ahead and gotta like play thread the needle. Alright, there we go. What are we doing? Drawing. Duh. What have you been doing this entire fucking time, dude? How long is this? 17 minutes. No, we're still good. Okay. I was gonna say, do I need to cut to a time lapse? I'm still thinking on how I want this thing to actually be. Alright. Ka-chow. Right here. And right there. Boom. That's actually not that bad. That's pretty good so far. I like these. They're a little bit too much towards that side. That was a little bit of an accident. I kind of meant to bring this one in. I brought this one in. You can see where the sketches are. I brought this one in. I meant to bring that one in. It didn't happen. It is what it is. I'm not going to move it because I think it's fine in the place that it is. We're going to add these little bits, which are meant to look kind of like bug parts, but I'm not really sure how to draw bug parts. So these are my attempt at bug parts. Okay, let's try to erase that little bit in the center. Go ahead and add that back. And yep, there they are. Definitely uneven. You can see that for sure, but is what it is. Also, this mimic breaks the rule of the other mimics. The other mimics aren't bugs. This one is part bug. Is part bug. I don't know why, I just kind of thought it'd be cool. So yeah, it breaks the rules a little bit, but you know, it's fine, it's fine. It doesn't actually matter. Because Because I can just change it. I'm the one who made the whole world. I can just decide that, you know what, mimics can be bugs. Alright. Go like this. I kind of want to add, like, spikes or something onto this, but I don't know exactly. Oh, like, this spike should be on the inside. Then it can, like, jump on stuff and then grab it with its, like, he can jump up, grab it with the spikes. It tries to pull it off. It gets cut up by the spikes that are inside of this, and he's got a little mouth under there. I don't even actually know if he has a mouth under there, but he's got a bunch of sharp things under there at least, so he can basically just imagine a drill, just that's what he is. It's just a drill. Maybe Banana Man can become a miner, and his little pumpkin friend can become a driller. A drill. I don't know what to do exactly. I'm trying to think. Alright. There's also one change that I made to Banana Man. He is now always accompanied by a pet. A pet of some sorts. The main Banana Man is accompanied by his pet, a goblin named Phil. Phil is not always there. Phil kind of just disappears from time to time, but he always comes back to Banana Man. And Phil is a goblin, but Banana Man thinks that he is a gnome. And this is a mimic, and Banana Man thinks that it's just a weird mutated pumpkin. He does learn that it's a mimic because the version of Banana Man that has this as a pet becomes a villain and not stupid. But he does originally think that it is a... He originally thinks that it's just a weird pumpkin, because he had never actually seen a pumpkin before, besides the one that was on his head. So he just thought these were what pumpkins were like at first. And then he learned, oh, that's not right. And then he never told anybody that that's what he thought. Because he's the big boss man, he can't let anybody know that that's what he used to think. He needs them to all think that he knows everything. So he doesn't tell people. Which I said that he turns into a villain, but he's not entirely a villain. He's more just turns into a very strict leader. He's not terrible, but he's not good. Not good. He's still, like, very harsh with punishments and, I don't know, just very harsh and rash, but the whole town is still, like, prospering, and most people are doing completely fine. The whole town's basically a carnival, too. It turns into basically a carnival. And I came up with that guy because I was watching an anime, and the anime had a jester character, and I was like, I like jester-like characters. So I decided I'm gonna make one of Banana Man. So there's a jester-like Banana Man. Anyways, I think it's time to cut to time-lapse, right? Yes. Time-lapse time. Go. Oh, I got the pencil. Let's go. Alrighty. Look at it. I think it looks pretty good. I like it. I decided to make the flesh go over the eyes a bunch and leave a couple holes. I think I'm a little overboard with this one. I think that one's pretty good. I don't know, they could both be a little bit better, but I do like it. The legs, all of them are different. Every single one is different, but I still like how I did them. They still look good. Yeah, I think that's about it. I like how this turned out. This little guy doesn't have a name yet, but I'm sure I'll come up with something. But, yeah. See you tomorrow. Subscribe.